Live from the Hershey Park Arena, the championship in boys AAA. The champion out of the West, the District 6 champ, 27-6, the Panthers of Lewistown. The champion out of the East Susquehanna Township, the Indians, roar in here with a humongous record, a huge following at 29-2. A sold-out Hershey Park Arena. Good evening, everyone. WITF Channel 33 and our friends in State College at WPSX present high school basketball, and it should be a dandy tonight in boys AAA. Jed Donahue, along with the coach Gary Sutton. Mark Shuey works the venue areas. Gary, an electric atmosphere in Chocolatetown, greets these two teams. Let's have a look at the starting lineups. You're looking at Lewistown, Susquehanna Township in the show for the first time since 1980. They may not have a lot of size, but oh, are they quick.
And big hearts and jumping jacks are the easternmost West team that we have, and they haven't been here since 1928. So 69 years between appearances, and they're happy about being here. If you look at the front side of Lewistown, Brian O'Donnell comes into the game, 8.4 points a game. Jim Collins at 9 points a game. Eric Rocco coming off a 34-point performance in the final, 15 points a game. Scott Kokendorfer, the real deal, 20.3 points a game. And Mark Coulter, 8.6. He's the enforcer inside for Susquehanna Township. Reggie Guy at 11.7. Willie Green, 6.7. Kevin Devan, 9.3. Sean Burke, the outside shooter, 54 threes at 12.5. And Kevin Nicholson at 9.1 points a game.
Susquehanna Township, the District 3 runner-up, lost the title tilt to Lancaster Mennonite, but ran off a tough Valley View team the other night in the Eastern Final to get here. Lewistown had to survive overtime to get by Chartiers Valley to make their first trip, as Gary mentioned, to Hershey since 1928. We're going to take you around the Hershey Park Arena with a playing of our national anthem. Park Arena. Let's go to Mark Shuey. Lewistown, we mentioned, has not been here since 1928. And Mark, both the girls and boys teams are here. The girls play tomorrow. Up front and center, the boys. Mark?
Oh, that's right. Loud does not begin to even describe the Hershey Park Arena tonight. It is jam-packed. Both schools are well represented here this evening. Susquehanna Township High School is just a short 10 to 12-mile drive away from the arena, so you can imagine the turnout from the Indian faithful. Lewistown sold 1,952 tickets, and they actually had people camping out at the high school last night. The fans even sent a carload of people out to Pittsburgh to pick up some additional tickets, so that'll give you an idea what kind of electric atmosphere this game's going to be played in tonight.
Kevin Nicholson, a 6'3 senior, will jump for Susquehanna Township. Jim Collins, 6'4 senior, will jump for Lewistown. Panthers running through the West. They had to beat the defending state champ Blackhawk to get here in the second round. The tip is controlled by the Indians, and here we go.
Susquehanna Township rated #1 in the state coming in, but Lewistown certainly #1 in the hearts of their fans coming in. They have played with big hearts throughout this tournament.
Patience on the offensive end will be key. Nicholson open, left wing side, left it long. Here comes Lewistown. Eric Rocco, he's coming off a 34-point night in the Western Final against Chartiers Valley. Rocco, he's outstanding. Ball is stolen away by Kevin Devan. Long outlet, and the shot is missed down court by Willie Green. Rebound follow, no. Tokendorfer has the rebound. Long outlet, pounds ahead of everybody, and Lewistown leads. Make it Brian O'Donnell.
How to turn a missed shot on one end into a great opportunity on the other, and Lewistown goes up by 2.
Kevin Devan. Sean Burke.
Wayne Brookhart loves to play this man-to-man defense. Good, tight half-court man.
Green drives in, shot block, foul before. It's on Rocco. That's his first, team's first. Gary, talk about keeping the lid on your emotions in the opening moments of this game.
So hard as we see the bump here on the good drive on the baseline, and then the foul on the play. Willie Green got good inside position on the baseline. There you see Emery Cook, former coach at Central Dauphin. He has now been the last 4 years at Susquehanna Township and has done an outstanding job. Guy who remains very calm through just about all situations.
He does not rattle very easily. There you're looking at Willie Green, 6'1" junior. A lot of people thought Susquehanna Township might make this game a year ago. They got upset in the District 3 final by Palmyra and then lost in the second round of the States. But here they are now for a chance at gold.
Little zone press look coming back, 2-2-1 to a 1-2-1-1.
Rocco to the right hand, can't get it. Susquehanna Township, height disadvantage, jump ball, arrow, Lewistown. Again, the height disadvantage may come into play. It's quickness against maybe some more power on Lewistown.
You look on the other side, see Wayne Brookhart, the coach of Lewistown, his third year there, 72-17 in 3 years. Has he ever brought that program to new heights?
Ockendorfer, there is not a spot on the floor he cannot kill you in. That time left it a little bit short. Susquehanna Township.
Got to look for here Burke on the outside, number 33. 54 threes in the year, a new record for Susquehanna Township.
Nicholson, he's active this time, throws it, but it's saved. Devan. Both teams a little tight early. Double dribble on Devan. He's only a junior.
One you won't see very often. You get a chance to look over at Wayne Brookhart's bench. You'll see numbers go up over there. Because of the noise and the way it comes in off the ceiling here at Hershey Park, you can seldom get your voice out to your players, so you start using the visual, and that means hold up the numbers.
Ockendorfer, no-look pass down for O'Donnell, and he's got his second hoop. O'Donnell with 4. Lewistown 4-2 by 2.
O'Donnell, a 6'6" guard, very unusual, but handles the ball extremely well, and he's only a sophomore.
Reggie Guy from inside the foul line for his first field goal.
Susquehanna Township can strike so quickly, actually. They get it down in that first quick pass, and then quickly ahead to the middle, and Guy nails it.
Rocco blocked from behind by Green, saved by Green for Nicholson, and here come the Indians running the other way. Reggie Guy, stutter step move into the lane, blocked from behind by O'Donnell. Make it Miller on the block. Rocco holds ground.
Great job of holding your place in the lane. Rocco right there. You talk about getting the charge. Here it is. One step inside the foul line. Most of them come, and you see it right here. Whammo! And Rocco stands like a rock and would not move.
Jim Collins had the block as well. O'Donnell with the ball, 6'6", plays guard, as you can see, very fluent. All the way down the lane and draws the foul.
How many 6'6" guys do you see handle the ball like that? Cross it over, get down the court, and he covers a lot of territory in a big hurry.
He's got some big wickets to run it through. At 6'6", did that time, he'll shoot a pair.
Foul on Willie Green, his first, team second, as Rocco heads to the line on the season, a 65% free throw shooter.
Good to have you on Channel 33, WITF, and of course public television up in State College, WPSX. O'Donnell now with all 5 Lewistown points.
O'Donnell with a sweet stroke. You watch that elbow. You want to see it stay run underneath the ball. Boy, does he lift it nice with his legs. Watch this. Good look from our slam cam up there, right down into the court. 2 more for O'Donnell, and he's taking his team out to a 2-point lead.
Burke in a little bit of trouble. Tries to bounce pass ball stolen away. O'Donnell's got it the other way. Behind the back once. Now he's going to hold it back out. Rocco. He's a threat anywhere on the floor. Tipped from behind by Kevin Devan and out of bounds.
I'm really impressed with the trapping style of Lewistown. You get the ball on the baseline. Susquehanna Township seeing a trap come at him every time. That last time got the turnover. Now Lewistown with an opportunity to turn it into real points.
Rocco leans from 16 and draws the foul. Would have had a chance at a 3-point play had that fallen.
Second foul on Willie Green as he gets caught in a bad situation. You'll see him leave the game here very shortly. Watch this. Tries to rise up to meet the jump shooter, Rocco, and gets him on the arm. Good camera work for our crew upstairs from WITF.
Maurice Pittman, 5'10" senior in now for Susquehanna Township. Rocco missed the front end. You mentioned Rocco, 42 threes on the year, 6 rebounds, 15 points per game.
And there's a sweet touch at the end again.
Lewistown by 3.
1-3-1 half-court trap. They love to use this to change up the game's complexity.
Reggie Guy, open left side. Rattles in and out, penny in a jar, can't get it. Burke's got the follow. And they'll reset with Pittman now. 3-guard attack for Emery Cook and Susquehanna Township. Devan is open from 10.
Great composure by Susquehanna Township because they got it to the place of the baseline. It's most vulnerable in that 1-3-1 zone and buried it from 15.
Again, the speed and scrapping ability of Susquehanna Township. That's where they must get it done. Okendorfer drives through. Well, you start reading about Okendorfer, and I mean, it just jumps off the page, averaging 20.3 points per game. And I'll tell you, this is a guy that has elevated this program to these type of levels.
Well, on 31 points against Blackhawk this year, and Archie Miller, who's going to NC State, not bad numbers.
Collins' long jumper is first from the perimeter of the night is wide, and here comes Township running again.
What a patient team. They'll take the layup if you give it to them, but they'll set up the half court otherwise.
Pittman takes his first shot and drains a line drive.
Reverse the basketball, stretch the defense. That's the way you do it at Susquehanna Township. Here comes Lewistown.
First lead of the night for the Indians at 8-7. Okendorfer, left-hand player for Rocco. Township really battling for the ball. The steal is made. Susquehanna Township utilizing speed. Burke, best three-point shooter on the run. Left it short. Blocked from behind. Lewistown will push the other way.
Big guy Coulter, Johnny on the spot. He gets it back into his team.
O'Donnell all the way. Blocked from behind. Charging on O'Donnell, I believe.
They're going to give him the bucket.
No. Are they giving him the basket?
Yeah, it's not a charge. You're going to say it's goaltending. No foul. Watch this. 6-6 going up. Ball's coming down.
Foul on Nicholson.
Locked right off, and they're going to call the foul on Nicholson as well. So Donald gets the deuce on the goaltend call, and Nicholson picks up the foul. For Nicholson, that's foul number 1. Team foul number 4 against the Indians of Susquehanna Township.
Well, O'Donnell with 8 of the 9 Lewistown points.
He only averages 8.4 points a game, and he's already got 8 points in the game.
Devan gets the long rebound. Maurice Pittman, he's the first substitute into the game. He's got a bucket. Reggie Guy, nice head fake into the lane and rattles it home. Reggie Guy's got 4.
You draw up the head and shoulders fake. Right there was the picture in the dictionary. It's a beautiful head and shoulders fake, and Reggie Guy in for 2 more.
He's got such a nice touch in traffic. Backdoor cutting, Rocco blocked from behind that time by Maurice Pittman, who skies high.
You see the great pass, and you see the great defensive play now inside to Coulter.
Coulter at 235 pounds, more like a fullback on short yardage that time.
Right there, they played to his weakness. The big guy's not going to put it on the deck in the lane and not have traffic knock it away. You want to get him in a stationary position, give him the ball, and then let him finish it off.
Timeout on the floor, 3:11 to go. Susquehanna Township leads by 1. You're watching high school basketball on WITF Channel 33 and WPSX State College. Back in Hershey after this.
What's the matter? Can you sleep?
Did you think I wouldn't find out?
Is this about the ring I gave you?
Coach Gary Sutton, Mark Shuey with you. Interesting story on Maurice Pittman, who has hit a shot already for Susquehanna Township. He played the last couple of years at Carlisle under Dave Lebo, and we certainly know what Dave Lebo did with Billy Owens back in the late 80s.
Only coach to ever win 4 championships in a row. We see a 1-3-1 trap by Lewistown.
Reggie Guy drives into the lane. Rebound is going to be cleared out of there by Coulter. When Coulter boxes out, he blots out the sun at 2:35, as he mentioned.
Yeah, it'll take you about a day and a half to get around that block out. I'll tell you what, he does it well, though. He's the enforcer down the inside. Here he gets it.
Working on Guy, powers it up with the left hand and traveled first. What I think they need to do, Gary, is try and get him out high and maybe screen a little bit. Maybe get Okendorfer more of an open look and neutralize this speed advantage Susquehanna Township has.
So you can see him being guarded right here by Reggie Guy, and he probably hasn't seen a whole lot of people that get off the floor as quickly as Reggie Guy, and he's thinking about that just a little bit as he makes his move. 1-3-1. You attack this with a 2-1-2. Watch. It's going to be a near outlet in the middle, one on the side.
Pittman, dribble drive, pulls up from 10, left it short. Rebound battled for by Coulter and out of bounds. It'll go to Susquehanna Township, leading by 1.
Kind of unusual here. They really don't have a middleman, the Susquehanna Township, to try to break up that zone. As we see a new man into the game here, Alfred Jackson. Alfred Jackson, a young man who off the bench has knocked down 23s this year, and we see Pittman check out of the game. 1-4 across the baseline. They'll try to isolate you here in the inbounds.
Both coaches going to their benches early, giving them a feel for what's going on.
It's important to get your young men into the game here, too. Break a little bit of a sweat, so if you have to bring them back later on, they're going to be ready to play in the game, and it won't be the first time.
Devan all the way and good. Kevin Devan, you talk about being able to just hammer it into the lane. He is one of those slasher types that just gets to the line and is just a fabulous player.
Biggest lead of the night so far for Susquehanna Township.
John Collins, sophomore, rebound Nicholson. Ooh, he's lucky he didn't get caught there with the arm push. Alfred Jackson. Burke thought about the 3. Comes back in for Nicholson. Give and go from Burke. Susquehanna Township, their largest lead at 14-9 as we count out the final 1:35 of the opening quarter.
Wayne Brookhart, you might need a timeout here, but you really don't want to waste it right here with 1:35. You want to try to answer here if you can, and answer smartly.
Lewistown, 1 field goal, 3 turnovers, 3 misses, make that 4 turnovers in their last 8 possessions. Burke, give and go to Van Gogh.
How do you run the 2-on-1 break? Just like that. Stop the foul line, bring the man up, and dish it off.
That's Nicholson on the follow. Timeout, Lewistown, 16-9. Well, speed is an explosive element in any basketball game, and we're seeing it here from Susquehanna Township as they really have the Jets going in transition.
They say in sport that speed kills, and Susquehanna Township can blind you with speed. Look at this pass here. Nice move to the middle. We see the finish off on the inside then by Kevin Nicholson off the good pass from Burke. And then you come back in the other direction very quickly, and look at this. Beautiful pass from Burke again. Same combination. Let Nicholson do it on the other end. Beautiful basketball transition-wise for Susquehanna Township. They lead by 7. 1:14 to go here in the first quarter.
Let's go to Mark Shuey working the venue areas for us here in Chocolatetown throughout this entire tournament. Mark?
One thing the teams must adjust to here at the Hershey Park Arena, Jed and Gary, is the multiple three-point markings on the court. The floor has an NBA three-point line, which most high school courts do not. Therefore, coaches must tell their players, shoot from the inner three-point line, which you can see on your screen right now, not the outer NBA three-point line. In the heat of the battle, it's sometimes very difficult to distinguish between the two, but teams must make that adjustment.
Brian O'Donnell is back in. O'Donnell with 8 of Lewistown's 9 points. It's an 8-2 run right now for the Indians of Susquehanna Township.
Susquehanna Township really matching up in their zone press and then trapping you when you put the ball on the floor, forcing Lewistown to shoot very quickly here in the ball game.
Okendorfer pressing a little bit in this opening quarter.
The trap really encourages impatience, Jed.
Down low for Reggie Guy, right through his hands out of bounds. Lewistown will get it back on another turnover.
Speaking of impatience, Susquehanna Township a little impatient with the ball that time as Lewistown attacks the press yet one more time.
Seth Socios into the ball game for Lewistown. Long no-look pass. O'Donnell gets it back. Now they come back out for Rocco. Socio blocked by Nicholson, controlled by Sean Burke. Susquehanna Township, great help defensively that time. They have Lewistown totally out of their game offensively here at the moment. Now Susquehanna Township in a position where they'll play for the last shot at 23 seconds here. Look for them to go in somewhere around 12 or 11 to get the final shot. Reggie Guy, Nicholson sets a screen. Ooh, they tried a little pick and roll. Nothing happening there. Nicholson with it underneath 10 seconds now, as you can see in the quarter. Alfred Jackson dribbling it around. Wide open. Guy blocked by Socio at the buzzer. Timeout on the floor. Our score at the end of 1. Susquehanna Township 16-9. Back in Hershey with more of the boys AAA championship after this timeout.
Can I have some milk, please?
She got and a great Indians logo on there. Now it's time to get back to the Hershey Park Arena. Call throughout the game. We're here.
Welcome back to the Hershey Park Arena. Lewistown last 10 possessions of the 5-minute and 10-minute window of the first quarter. 1 field goal, 5 turnovers, 4 misses.
3 of 10 for the quarter from the field was Lewistown, while Susquehanna Township 7 out of 15, 47%. Out-rebounding Lewistown is Susquehanna Township 9-6. Turnovers, 6 for Lewistown, 4 for Susquehanna Township.
Inside goes to Nicholson. He's been springing free. Guy on the rebound follow, rattles out. Susquehanna Township, a third opportunity, still battling, and finally cradling it is Kokendorfer for Lewistown. Long outlet, Rocco runs into Burke, spin around move, blocked by Willie Green.
Everything being contested by Susquehanna Township. On the ball, in the lanes, in the paint, contesting everywhere.
Still, you better finalize in there if you're Susquehanna Township. You know Lewistown will make some adjustment before it's all said and done. Rocco for 3, deep in the left wing side. O'Donnell has it tipped out of bounds by Nicholson. He's been all over the place.
You try to hold the ball, Jed, for longer than a half a second in this game, and you might lose it, or you're going to get a lot of brand new friends.
That's the one thing about Susquehanna Township that everybody says. They are just so relentless.
Just so quick at every position.
Collins, long 3. Boy, that'll help. That's a home run bomb that comes at a good time for the Panthers, and they're all of a sudden back to within 4 after withstanding an 8-2 run.
And sometimes that's all you got to do, just hang around until you get your chance, and there might have been it. The long 3 by Jim Collins.
Burke saves the turnover. Kevin DeVan out top for Susquehanna Township, again making their first title game appearance since 1980. Burke's first 3 is hot and out of bounds.
If we can get a look at Burke one of these times when he shoots the ball, he has one habit. He watches the ball when he shoots it. That means he's a field shooter, and most of the times a streak shooter. He has not been able to hit a 3 yet in this game.
That means you don't want him spotting up or having any kind of time to set. Kokendorfer, he's been held without a point thus far, but sometimes you don't have to score to have an impact. He feels it, though, into the lane. Block, Coulter, rebound, follow. Good. Did they wave the bucket? Yes, they are. But a foul before the shot. Official very emphatic, waving off the basket there.
Problem for Lewistown, they're trying to establish an inside presence. They're not getting it. You can see the horde of white jerseys down in there. As Coulter tries to go back up, he'll get fouled on the play.
Reggie Guy with a block on Kokendorfer.
It's actually going to be on Green. His third foul here in the first half most definitely goes to the bench. I'm really a little surprised Green was even in there at this particular juncture. You don't want to get 3 fouls in a half. And now 2-3 zone by Susquehanna Township.
Maurice Pittman, transfer from Carlisle, is in. Dribble drive and good by Rocco. He's got his first field goal, and here come the Panthers down by 2.
And now the 1-3-1 at half court again, trying to disrupt the offense of Susquehanna Township. They trap it hard out of this 1-3-1. Some teams like to play a half trap, not Lewistown. They do everything hard.
DeVan scoop good. Oh, that's nice stuff right there. He's got 6. DeVan underneath and good off the window.
And what you tell your offensive team is attack the seams, and DeVan did exactly that, and he got more than he bargained for. As he had a lane, he slipped through it and got his 6th point.
Collins brothers are in. Again, sticky man-to-man pressure. Kokendorfer, no-look pass. Coulter, turn around with a left hand. Good. The big guy showing a nice touch around the window.
Strong move by Coulter. He got the ball and put it away in a hurry, and the big guy in the book for his first deuce.
Almost a walk by Pittman.
Still a 1-3-1. Get it to the middle, and you got a chance to beat it.
Backdoor cut. Kokendorfer steps in, and
Coulter's got to be a little careful down there. The officials are not going to listen to you philosophize for a very long time in this game.
Especially when he's trying to bring the crowd in to agree with his verdict there. Kevin DeVan has it tipped on the way through by Kokendorfer, out of bounds. Susquehanna Township will get it back. Again, Susquehanna Township loves to run and gun. How tough is it for them to pass 3 or 4 times in a half-court look here?
Well, they've added that ability this year to go to the half-court game. I've been very impressed, but here a bad pass stolen away.
Here's Rocco. He'll slow it down for Lewistown.
Man-to-man defense.
This will be a game of runs. Rocco to the right hand, rattles out. Tough break. Rebound, Nicholson. Long outlet. Reggie Guy around it in. Oh, does he knife in with authority? I mean, he was way up high.
They just make you pay the supreme price for a mistake every time and rattle you with 2 passes on the other end. Up by 4 goes Susquehanna Township.
Rocco was halfway in and out again, and then all of a sudden, Guy streaks down the floor and flies home with a bucket. Rocco, this time from 15. Calder, rebound follow. Oh, he's off balance when he threw that up. Here comes Burke for Susquehanna Township. Bounce pass, too low. Kick maybe on the way through. Nope. Going to be Lewistown basketball.
Right there was the answer to your question a moment ago. Half court right now. Susquehanna Township trying to push it too much. You can see the steady hand over there of Emery Cook, and he says, that's not the way we play. If we don't have the layup, we pull it out and play the half-court game. His team has done that very well this year. You don't get to this point without playing a different kind of game when you need to. I'm impressed with this guy, O'Donnell. Man, can he handle the basketball.
Whistle goes off to Van.
And I said O'Donnell that time. That was Kokendorfer bringing it down. O'Donnell over on the wing this time out. We're going to have a timeout at the table.
Take one as well. 3:58 left, second quarter. Boys AAA final. Susquehanna Township leads by 4. Back with more after this timeout.
Hey, cookies.
Say, you know, I think our neighbor might like one, too.
Here you go. And it's weathered the storm. Wayne Brookhart down by 4 after really Susquehanna Township has, it looks like they dominate this game all the way. Kokendorfer, no points. 0 for 2 from the floor. He's got the ball now, Gary.
Well, Kokendorfer hasn't scored yet. You see the block on the baseline is going to be marked up against Nicholson. Kokendorfer hasn't scored, and I don't think that Lewistown's been able to establish the inside game, and still they're only down by 4 as we see the block called on the baseline. Good call by the official against Kevin Nicholson. Ball will be brought in on the baseline by Lewistown as they set up an offset, kind of double stack on either side.
16 foul against Susquehanna Township. One more, and Lewistown is in bonus.
Looking at a 2-3 zone here from Susquehanna Township. Some seams to shoot into.
Socio battling, can't get it. Long rebound, Collins pushed after the shot. Foul, Kevin DeVan. That'll be his first. And going to the line to shoot a pair is going to be Brian O'Donnell.
And look at the fouls in the game. 7 fouls against Susquehanna Township. Only 1 so far against Lewistown. And Emery Cook trying to figure out the puzzle as they send O'Donnell back to the line. O'Donnell on the free throw line so far this evening is 2 out of 3. You can make that 75% now because he's 3 out of 4.
There's Emery Cook. He mentioned his 4th year at Susquehanna Township. He has built the Indians into one of the elite programs in District 3, Gary.
Emery Cook, an outstanding coach, and I like it because he teaches kids at the same time to be people, not just basketball players.
Teaches them for the next level, and that's exactly the point I'm glad you made. Emery's one of the class acts around.
Nice man-to-man change here. They went from the 1-3-1 back into a man-to-man now. Good move by Coach Wayne Brookhart as he continues to change up the looks for Susquehanna Township.
There's Reggie Guy. He's been quiet here in the second quarter. Draws the foul on the way through. You know, you talk about the herky-jerky motion he has off the dribble. He's got to be a tough cover defensively, regardless of what you're in. Pittman just ran out of a shoe. Here he is, herky-jerky.
See what he does? He makes you come up as a defensive player, lock the knees, and as soon as he's got you locking the knees, he goes right on by you and forces the foul that time. It's going to be marked up on Kokendorfer, and that's 2 on Kokendorfer here in the first half. He's got to be a little careful. I wouldn't be surprised to see him leave the game right here. And he will not.
John Collins leaves. I believe that was Socio on the foul, Gary. In it comes for Reggie Guy, and 1. Guy now with 8, and a chance at a 3-point play.
Where Lewistown has not been able to establish a consistent inside presence, Susquehanna Township just the opposite as you see the signals being barked out by Emery Cook. They have gotten the ball inside consistently throughout the first half. They lead by 5 as stepping to the line will be Reggie Guy. Reggie Guy, nothing out of 1 so far tonight.
Turns on the front end. He has 9. Susquehanna Township all of a sudden balloons that lead out 6 again. Here's O'Donnell. He's ahead of everybody. Blocked by Reggie Guy, and a foul on Guy.
And Reggie Guy claps his hand. He says, you got me. He said, you're right, but boy, I thought I had a chance there for a second. Nice smile on the face coming back. Look at this. Mano a mano. O'Donnell goes up, and you can see him coming through with the arm, right on the arm. And good thing O'Donnell wasn't hurt there. Good play by 2 players that time, but O'Donnell goes to the line, the recipient of 2 free throws.
Again, the official right there. 3-man crews, Gary. Rarely are they out of position to make these kind of calls.
Well, that extra set of eyes certainly helps during playoff time. But again, it takes a lot of time to learn how to do that, and they have clinics throughout the state of Pennsylvania to get these officials ready. Rick Mills and Wayne Brookhart over there. Wayne Brookhart, the guy far to your left, used to coach right down in this area at Lebanon High School, and before that at Danville.
Well, O'Donnell now with 11 points. Ball into the popcorn popper, still on the deck. Arrow, Lewistown.
When Wayne Brookhart was at Lebanon, he liked that 1-3-1, and he used it right there and got the team a little turnover and says, here, we'll get it back, guys, a chance to get back in this game even further.
Again, Gary, we talk about coaches sometimes throwing different looks defensively. And how many times can you really go to that? I guess you'd need a veteran team to be able to implement something along those lines.
Well, he goes on signals. He's got signals over on the sides. These kids know it's a made foul shot, we go. If it's a missed foul shot, we drop back. But they have their own set of signals.
O'Donnell trying to fill the power void left by Kokendorfer. Rebound, follow-up, his own miss is good. He's got 13. Kokendorfer, their leading scorer with no points, just 2 shots. But that man right there has filled the void big time for Lewistown.
Been off the make every time. They're going 1-3-1 here and getting some results.
Socio on the steal. Socio keeps it alive. Kokendorfer. Dribble penetration goes all the way, has it blocked. Rebound, follow, and a foul. It is on Susquehanna Township. I think might be Pittman or Nicholson they're looking at.
It looks like it's going to be Pittman. Pittman moving as he tried to box out, I believe. Wait a minute now.
Oh, changed everything up. It's against Lewistown.
They pointed Pittman. I thought Lewistown went over the back, to be quite honest. Now watch this. Here's a shot going up by Kokendorfer because then he kind of loses control when he goes up. Now he missed the shot. And then going up for the rebound over the back.
Socio, number 12, to the left of your screen for Lewistown.
Don't boo, fans. It's a good call. Socio going over the back. He's called for his first foul.
Ball tipped, controlled by DeVan and out of bounds. Lewistown again, that pressured defense, creating another turnover.
3 turnovers now against Susquehanna Township. They need a timeout, and I think you're going to see it right here as Emery Cook doesn't like the way the offense is going.
23-21, 1:59, and you just sense something building here. This is only kind of a warm-up act for what we're going to see later on. These two teams we thought would play tight to the vest, and they certainly have not proven otherwise in this opening half. Let's check into the venue area now. Mark Shuey standing among the Lewistown faithful. Is there anybody left in town up there on 322 tonight? I don't think so.
Well, not only the Lewistown faithful, Jed, but the Lewistown girls. They're playing for a state title tomorrow, but they're here at the Hershey Park Arena tonight. Lewistown coach Kevin Kodish said, don't worry, the team will not miss their traditional meal at Krista Gingrich, their leading scorer's home. Mom's going to bring out the pasta spread tomorrow. They're going to bus home tonight, eat the pregame meal tomorrow, and come back to Hershey to play their title game tomorrow afternoon.
All right, I think that girls AAA game will tip at 6 o'clock, and that's part of the big weekend in Hershey. 8 games over 2 days. Again, I mean, have you gotten an idea where to spot any trends in this game, Gary, so far? I mean, it seems to be kind of ebbs and flows so far, and just kind of waiting to see who's going to take control.
I think you've got 2 great teams on the floor here, and the ebbs and flows are coming not only basketball-wise, but emotion-wise, as both teams coming out playing a very quick start kind of game and then going into some ebbs, and that's just the way it's going so far.
By the way, the Lewistown girls have been regionally ranked by USA Today much of the year. Collins, long 3, in and out. Tough break that time. Good look for Jim Collins, 6'4" senior. Long outlet, DeVan slicing and dicing ahead of everybody. DeVan now with 8 points. Township by 4.
DeVan will get the 2 in the book, but the guy that gets 2 in your heart is Maurice Pittman. What a gun pass across the floor. Susquehanna Township back in a 2-3 zone.
Kokendorfer again with only 2 shots taken so far in this first half of play. He's looking for that shot, has it blocked on the way by. Nicholson controls. Great defense again for Susquehanna Township. They'll run the other way.
Nothing special, just going up and playing a hard man on him.
DeVan for a long 3, maybe a little out of his range. Coulter clears for the Panthers of Lewistown as they run the other way.
Coulter, chairman of the board here so far tonight on the defensive end.
Rebounding is about attitude. Boxing out, certainly not a problem for Calder at 2:35. And Lewistown now, trailing by 4, content to run some clock off.
Only one post player down there for all intents and purposes. That's Calder. Everybody else towing up on the perimeter, looking for that 3, using Coulter as a passer or just a quick inside presence.
Rocco steps into a 3. That rattled out Nicholson. He's had a lot of them tonight. Rebounds, that is. And here comes Susquehanna Township. They're not playing for the last shot. Pittman all the way and draws the foul. That's Jim Collins, I believe. His first.
Susquehanna Township way. Come at you, come at you, come at you. Wear you down, fatigue you out. Look at this. Pittman with a great head and shoulders on when the ball's still on the move. Moves on the move is what you call that. And then trying to get the layup. And he's fouled in the play. He'll go to the line for 2.
They hit Eric Rocco with a foul. You see Kevin Nicholson. He's had a strong first half for Susquehanna Township. He's off the floor. And into the game now for Susquehanna Township is going to be Tony Lamarck, 6'3" senior.
Tony Lamarck with that beard coming down there, a little bit of an Abraham Lincoln look.
Free throws. Oh, Gary, these things kill you later on.
Now everybody will forget about them. Later on, they'll come back to haunt.
Pittman splits the difference. Pittman's had a strong game off the bench. He got 3 points.
And Alfred Jackson into the game for Susquehanna Township, which Pittman will sit down and get a rest here at the end of the quarter as he slaps 5 with his teammates. Here comes Lewistown. They need to get some momentum started here for the second half.
Kokendorfer, no look pass. Collins ahead of everybody and drops it in. Big play for Collins. He's got 5. Plenty of time for Susquehanna Township to get the final shot off, as you can see. Down to 7 seconds. Maybe they spin it around, get it to Burke. Down to 4 seconds to Van. He's got to hurry. Rolls it over. Burke at the buzzer, and it's wide. Didn't really operate the clock all that well toward the end of the first half, and that'll do it. We're right where we thought we would be at the end of 2 quarters of play. Susquehanna Township, the champions out of the East, with a 26-23 lead against Lewistown. We're going to send it back to home base, WITF Channel 33, and also back to State College, WPSX as well. We'll return. We'll put some numbers together for you and also give you some highlights and review what we think will happen in the next 16 minutes with the third quarter. But first, this timeout.
Captain, here's your cookie.
Nope.
Got milk? Today's broadcast of the PIAA Basketball Championships on WITF is made possible in part by the following organizations. Standard of Harrisburg. The Patriot News, focused on you. Reynolds Construction Management. And Chubb Group of Insurance Companies.
All right, we're back in the WITF studio. 16 minutes to go to a state championship for either Susquehanna Township or Lewistown. It's been a great first half so far, and if you're glad you're able to sit at home and watch this event tonight, this state championship basketball game, then we want to hear from you now. Call the number on your screen. Make a contribution to support the broadcast of this game. 717-233-9000, 1-800-233-9483. Those are the numbers to call. I'm Joe Bartolero. With me in the studio is Charlie Lichty. Charlie, it's been a good first half so far. Close game, everything we thought it would be, and now we hope to hear from some folks helping to pay for it.
That's right. Good game. Nothing like the hometown team being ahead and on top of the game, and that's what we like here, and we like your membership support. Memberships begin at $45 a year. That's 87 cents a week. Memberships also come at $60 level, $120 level. The key is that you join us in support of high school championship basketball. We need your support on the line next. When you call, you will, and become a member, you will receive a prize magazine, and a prize magazine does provide you with WITF FM and TV program listings, as well as great articles on Central Pennsylvania. The key is for you to call. We've also got another great welcome gift at the $60 membership level. You might choose the WITF mug, and it's available when you become a member at the $60 membership level. The key is to call now. Are you liking, or do you love that WITF can bring you championship high school basketball? If you do, then the number to call, 233-9000 or 1-800-233-9483. Joe, we've got another great welcome gift.
Another great welcome gift. This one is popular. It's the Susquehanna Township Indians T-shirt. Great logo there in the center with the basketball playing Hannah tribesmen there. And on the back, we've got one purpose, one goal. This shirt is just like the ones the players are wearing, thanks Charlie, just like the ones the players are wearing on the bench for Susquehanna Township. And you can get that with a contribution of $60. And with that $60 contribution, you're helping us pay for the broadcast of this game tonight, which was a considerable expense for us, but you're also paying for great children's programs you find here on public television. And you're paying for programs like Nova and Nature and Masterpiece Theater. If you tuned in for Wall Street Week tonight, don't despair. The program will be on later tonight. We pushed it back for this very special presentation to celebrate youth in our community, and we hope you will understand that and get behind the youth of our community and support this broadcast tonight. 717-233-9000, 1-800-233-9483.
Public broadcasting is unique. It's a unique partnership between individual members like yourself, the government, and corporate support. We've had great support tonight from corporations like the Chubb Group of Insurance Companies, Saturn of Harrisburg, Reynolds Construction Management, and the Patriot News. But most of our financial support comes from individual memberships. That's how it's worked for over 30 years here at WITF, and that's how it will continue to work. What is very important is that you call and take seriously the message of membership support, because that's what brings you PIAA Championship Basketball. The numbers to call, 233-9000 or 1-800-233-9483. Joe?
WITF is committed to this kind of presentation. High school sports, we do championship football when local teams are involved. We've done basketball for several years now. Had some games with teams from Lebanon and Reading last year, and in the past we've had Steel High and other schools. Tonight it's Susquehanna Township. The Indians going for a state championship. We've got viewers up in the Lewistown area as well. So we're looking forward to a great game. But if this kind of presentation is important to you, know that WITF is committed to it. Lots of other stations in our area could have carried this game, but frankly, I guess they didn't think that it would they'd be able to sell enough commercials in order to pay for it. But right here, we know we can get the support that's necessary if you will call. Call us at 233-9000, 1-800-233-9483. We've got this great T-shirt as a thank you gift. If you support this broadcast, Susquehanna Township Indians T-shirt. One purpose, one goal on the back there. It's available in a couple of sizes. Looks like large and extra large. So that's a great opportunity for you if you contribute $60. Call the number on your screen.
Membership basics are these. Memberships begin at $45 a year. That translates to 87 cents a week. Memberships also come at the $60 level, and you might want to choose that T-shirt or the $120 level. And if possible, we'd ask you to charge your pledge on Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or the Discover card that puts your money directly to work for programming like the PIAA Basketball Championships. Anyway, the number to call right now, 233-9000, 1-800-233-9483. We've got phone volunteers standing by to take your call. Joe?
That we do. 717-233-9000, 1-800-233-9483. Just going to be going back to Hershey Park Arena in just a minute to get a recap of the first half and some highlights. But WITF has a crew down there producing this game. We had to pay expense to acquire the rights to broadcast the game. We're asking you to help make up that difference right now with your pledge of support to 233-9000, 800-233-9483. Charlie mentioned the benefits that you get. You get a WITF member card. That will give you discounts at almost 100 shops and restaurants all over central Pennsylvania. You can make back the cost of your investment in public television just by using that card.
Okay, and don't forget the T-shirt at the $60 level as a welcome gift, the Susquehanna Township Indian T-shirt. One purpose, one goal. Our purpose is to get you to become a member. The numbers to call, 233-9000 or 1-800-233-9483. Support your public television station.
We hope you will do that. Our volunteers will be here throughout the game, so let's hear from you. They're from the Camelot chapter of the American Businesswomen's Association. Call us during the game, but now it's time to return to Jed Donahue, Gary Sutton, and Mark Shuey at Hershey Park Arena.
Well, let's look at some of the numbers. The big one, of course, 26-23. Susquehanna Township by 3. But the way Lewistown weathered that storm, Gary, I kind of like where the Panthers sit with the way things went in that opening 16-minute window.
Yeah, the numbers really evened up pretty well. The only big number you see is field goal percentage, 30% for Lewistown. Give credit to Susquehanna's defense. They're 11 out of 25 and 44%. Free throws, 6 out of 9 for Lewistown, 4 out of 5 for Susquehanna. The turnover number, 9 for Susquehanna Township. 6 on the other side, but only 2 points off those 9 turnovers for Lewistown, while on the other side, Susquehanna Township has 4 off 6 Lewistown turnovers.
And of course, Susquehanna Township hanging around the glass with a rebound advantage at least through halftime. Let's have a look now at some of the key plays from this opening half, and there have been a lot of them, and we're going to see right now Susquehanna Township, the ability to slash inside with Reggie Guy.
Reggie Guy with the head and shoulders fake, and then he proves to be a good guy as he steps in the lane, squares the shoulder. Now Sean Burke comes in, passes it off to the middle, and one more time down the lane. You see Kevin Nicholson finalizing.
He had a nice half, Nicholson did, and again we're going to see Reggie Guy all the way and good.
An example of what happens when you miss the other end. They just make you pay relentlessly on the other end to the Indians of Susquehanna Township.
Here's the key. Brian O'Donnell filled the void in the opening half for Kokendorfer.
Brian O'Donnell comes up tall here in the first half, getting a good stick-back bucket here. He had 13 points in the opening half. And then once again, coming back the other way, Devan. This time, coming down the lane and getting 2 points for Susquehanna Township. Again, run off the mistakes that you make.
And the way they slash as well, Gary, into the painted area. And Collins all by himself, he just got free. This is toward the end of the second quarter. And this is where Lewistown really got back into the ball game and really, I think, started to believe the message that Wayne Brookhart has been selling on this club really since the PIAA playoffs began. Had to survive overtime to get it done in the Western Final. And Mark Shuey has a piece of metal that's near and dear Gary Sutton's heart for what these guys are playing for tonight. Mark?
Not only are these players playing in a game they will remember the rest of their lives, they're playing for a medal they will keep their entire life. This is the PIAA Championship Gold Medal. The PIAA awards this medal to each championship team. This happens to be the keepsake of our very own Gary Sutton, who coached the boys AA Columbia team to a championship in 1987, 10 years ago. You win this game tonight, and you keep the memories and this gold medal forever.
Gary, you gave that to the Columbia girls the other night, who lost in heartbreaking fashion in the Eastern Final in girls single A. And there's really no way to describe how you come up with one of those, is there?
Well, you know what? It's one of the things you wish for every coach and every player to experience for one day in your life. And you know, the nice thing about that medal, it never, ever tarnishes. Every time you look at it, you have a host of memories and a plethora of thoughts that go through your mind, but it's a medal that you keep for your life because you know it's a special day in your life athletically.
Cliff Notes version, keys to this opening 3-minute window of the third quarter.
Very quickly got to establish an inside game for Lewistown, and you got to get the big score in the ball game on the other side for Susquehanna Township. Continue to look inside, continue to try to break this 1-3-1 trap. Kokendorfer's got to get in the game, though, for Lewistown.
Guy dish down low for Nicholson. He'll go to the line. I was screened off as to who the foul was.
The establishment of a good presence on the inside as the foul's going to get called. It looks like on Coulter. Coulter with his first team in the second half. And heading back to the line, a guy who's been very present tonight, Nicholson, as you see the foul on the inside by Coulter, and he walks away somewhat dejectedly.
Nicholson in double figures in the postseason, averaging 9.1 points per game on the whole campaign. Knocks down his 5th point.
I'm sure Wayne Brookhart of Lewistown talked at halftime about getting the ball inside to his players. He's not been able to do that with any kind of consistent fashion, and Susquehanna Township continues to put pressure in the side every time they come down with a possession.
And Kokendorfer is held scoreless. Right now the 10-second call, and a ball is stolen away. What a save by Devan for Reggie Guy. That brings the Susquehanna Township people out of their seat. Guy, dribble drive, Devan, good, and he makes them pay. You may need a timeout if you're Wayne Brookhart here. 4-0 run to start the half for Susquehanna Township. 7-point lead.
The heat on the stove called the Susquehanna Township defense has been turned up here remarkably starting the second half.
Kokendorfer with the ball, averaging 20.3 points per game, only got 3 shots in the opening half. He is held scoreless. Has to dish it back off. O'Donnell saves. Ball taken away by Devan.
You got to get a timeout and get things slowed down here if you're Wayne Brookhart next possession.
Guy slashes in. Left it hot. Rebound follow and a foul. It's on Coulter, his 2nd already now in the 3rd quarter. And Lewistown is out of sync.
Quick, quick, quick. That's the description of Susquehanna Township, and now you need a timeout, and you're going to get it if you're Lewistown.
6:51 left, and again the relentlessness of Susquehanna Township. We'll be back with more in Hershey. 3rd quarter action, boys AAA final after this timeout.
This will be an extended.
What's the matter? Can you sleep?
Did you think I wouldn't find out?
Is this about the ring I gave you? Listen, a cubic zirconia looks just like a real diamond. Is this about my time in prison?
You drank the last of the milk.
Got milk.
Okay, a big run for the Indians to start the third quarter, and we'll be getting back to the game in just a moment. We're just taking a brief intermission to remind you that your support helps to pay for the acquisition and broadcast of this game tonight on WITF TV, your public television station. Members make it happen. Right, Charlie?
That's right. Members make it happen. Memberships begin at $45 a year. That's 87 cents a week. What a great investment in high school basketball and the championships. Many members contribute at the $60 level. It all begins when you call 233-9000 or 1-800-233-9483. Joe, great welcome gift.
Yes, if you contribute $60 or more for the year, we'll send you as a thank you this great Susquehanna Township Indians t-shirt. And on the back, it's just like the ones the players are wearing. It says one purpose, one goal. And their goal is a state championship, and we'll see if they can get it as we get ready to return to Hershey Park Arena. Our volunteers will be here throughout the game. Call throughout the game. But right now, it's important that we hear from you. If this is an important broadcast to you, if you're glad to be able to watch this game from a front row seat in your living room, call us now at 233-9000 or 800-233-9483. Now it's time to get back to Hershey Park Arena. Jed Donahue and Gary Sutton.
Back at the Hershey Park Arena. Jed Donahue, the coach, Gary Sutton, Mark Shuey, Susquehanna Township with the ball and the lead of 7. Burke, he's been called thus far and now knocks down his first home run bound for 3.
And a double screen set play out of the timeout for Burke as he came off it, wrapped around, got the ball, and nothing but cord.
They say his foot was on the line, make it a 2. Biggest lead of the night for Susquehanna Township. Coulter stops the bleeding on a nice dish down low.
Little Clara Barton bucket on the other end, and Lewistown really needed that.
Burke back out to Van. He'll fire a long 3. Left that short. Here comes Lewistown with a chance to climb back in. Brian O'Donnell. Nice no-look pass. Coulter all the way through. Wants the foul. Didn't get it. Emotions running high.
Coulter again showing his emotions right on his sleeve on the baseline. And again, he's got to watch himself. Here's the pass. Good pass. It is. He might have had a case to argue for there. It's a little wraparound look, but you can't do that. You can't show that emotion right now.
Collins, that was blocked on the way through by Burke. Susquehanna Township will get it back. Again, it looks like you got an open look at the basket, and all of a sudden somebody's flying through the lane or in the air on you.
It just closes down so fast. The 1-3-1 again at half court for Lewistown. That's been pretty effective in the game.
Guy, little dump, pump, fake, bang. He's got double figures now. He's at 11 points. Susquehanna Township leads by 9, matching their biggest lead.
Susquehanna Township did not have a post in the middle of that in the first half. This half, the adjustment. Post in the middle, and they're getting easy scores.
O'Donnell goes to the right hand off the window. He's got 15.
Really got to like O'Donnell. You don't see 6'6" kids handle the ball like that. He has been outstanding tonight.
Reggie Guy. Everything he does is quick. Dotted line. Push. Follow. Got it again. He is silking there, Gary. He's got 13 and warming up here in the third quarter.
They're just murdering that 1-3-1 half-court trap because they're able to get the ball to the middle. They were not able to get it there with as much regularity in the first half.
Kokendorfer to the left hand, high off the window. Foul before the shot. Even the fact that that went in has to be something for Kokendorfer. Emery Cook, though, you talk about making the adjustments at the half. He did just that.
And here Devan's going to get called for the hack. Watch it here. Right there it is now. He just bumped him a little bit, but enough to get the foul. Second foul on Devan. Team first to the second half.
Seth Socio is into the ball game now for Lewistown.
Talked about adjusting. Getting that man to the high post was absolutely key so far.
Rocco among the trees had to force the shot. Burke battles for the rebound and draws the foul. Socio, his third. Team third. And Susquehanna Township is on the pedal right now.
And Lewistown is in the midst of a firestorm of frustration here at the moment. You see Socio reach right there, and look at that. Got him on the leg. Good call again by the official. They've been right on top of things here in this ballgame.
They just have not had any uncontested shot. Really, every inch of this floor has been contested defensively by Susquehanna Township. Just a fabulous performance into the third quarter here.
They disguised it as a 3-2. Now it comes back up. It's a 1-3-1 half-court trap. Let's see if Susquehanna Township brings that high post man up again. They keep on looking at the middle, just reversing the ball, look at the middle, see if you can get it there or get it to the baseline.
Evan Devan Give and go, this time left short by Green, and he draws the foul following his own miss. I believe Rocco on the hack. We'll wait for the verdict. It is going to be Rocco.
Problem you have with the 1-3-1, watch this. You don't have man-to-man blockout responsibilities. Everybody stood around, and then the second shot by Susquehanna Township as they jump into those seams. You must block out, and when you change from man-to-man to zone, it's not always as easy as it may look.
Green missed the front end. We've not seen much of Willie Green. He got into foul trouble in the opening half. Had to really sit. He got his third foul early second quarter. There's Emery Cook. Green splits the difference. He's got 3 points now for the Indians.
Biggest lead of the game for the Indians, 10 points, and it seems like they're out by 15 or 20. But again, Lewistown hanging in there right now. They've got to gather up a little run of their own.
Hockendorfer, long three. That's really the first legitimate shot he's had. Burke tries it down low, looking Nicholson. Kicked out of bounds that time by Hockendorfer.
I really like this Lewistown team. I like the way they play. They've got a lot of heart. You see Coach over the sideline there, Wayne Brookhart on the far right, trying to figure out what to do. Everybody looking a little bit in the quandary. I don't know how you stop speed. They isolate you so well to Susquehanna Township. They've come out here in the second half and not only isolated, but they've also had the answer against that 1-3-1 trap.
Nicholson, little turnaround in the lane, can't get the roll, rebound Hockendorfer. Susquehanna Township has outscored Lewistown 11-4 here in the third quarter. Hockendorfer right down the boulevard for his first two.
And that's the kind of move you look for from the young man as he gets his first 2 points of the game. Hockendorfer comes down and cuts it under 10 one more time.
Hockendorfer with great size at 6'3", he's got those long arms. Who almost to travel that time against Reggie Guy. DeVan out top.
Look for him to hit the high post, man. That'll be Nicholson, or get it to the baseline quickly.
DeVan, nobody home, drives home and scores.
You see DeVan in that play again. He looked the man off. He actually looked the baseline man to the corner one step, and that's all he needed, and slipped through the seam for the layup.
Blew right through the open door. Nobody home covering down there. Rocco springs from 12, rattles in and out. Calder, rebound, follow, miss. Socio a third time.
Great job on the offensive glass by Lewistown as the Panthers would not go to bed. 8-point lead for Susquehanna Township, 1-3-1 trap.
Reggie Guy has it stripped, whipped by Coulter. Here comes Lewistown trying to sport a mini run. Hockendorfer all the way, drives and scores! Hockendorfer's warming it up. He's got 4 now.
Young man got frustrated and said, give me that thing. Let me take it down the court. I'll show you what Lewistown basketball's about.
That'll bring the Lewistown fans out of their seats. Crisscross pass for Burke. He's only got one shot.
The 1-3-1 has paid dividends here tonight, Jed.
Green for Nicholson. He's open down there and puts it right over O'Donnell and good, and that's a big bucket there.
One of the biggest holes of that 1-3-1 is in the baseline. If you can reverse it a couple of times, you loosen it up, you get the open shot in the baseline, as we saw Nicholson get on that last play down.
Nicholson now with 8 points for Susquehanna Township. Wide open Rocco for 3. Had a nice look at it. Battling for the rebound. Comes away Hockendorfer. Nice spin move. Baseline. Good, and a foul. Here comes Hockendorfer. Here comes Lewistown now.
Somebody woke up Scott Hockendorfer the last 3 possessions, and the big guy says, hey, give me the ball. Let's go. Watch this move. Takes it to the outside, makes a spin back to that left hand, and goes up strong and finishes it. Great focus by Scott Hockendorfer. 6 points in the game.
I believe that was DeVan, and if it is his third foul. They're going to have to sit him down. That's a key moment in this game now. Alfred Jackson is on. They're going to sit Green, and they'll bring Pittman and Jackson in now. And, you know, losing DeVan could be big. This really upsets the rotation a little bit.
DeVan is glued to this team. He's a nice guy to hold things together as we see the shot go up and miss by Hockendorfer.
Boy, Nicholson was way up high for the rebound that time for Susquehanna Township.
Lead has been cut to 6.
Reggie Guy back for Burke. He's been quiet. 1 field goal. This time drives through. Battling for the loose rebound. Comes away Rocco. Lewistown. You get a feeling their time needs to be now at 41-35.
There are defining moments of the game, and right here's one against the 1-2-2 half-court zone.
Dribble drive. Collins. Socio, he's been strong. Push. No call. Alfred Jackson out of there with it. Nicholson. Nick, that guy untangles with him. Now Reggie Guy, numbers advantage the other way. Pulls the string from 17, and it's short. Battling for the ball. Burke, down everybody goes. Referees are right there on the spot, making sure no tempers get short. It's physical. 3rd and 4, Susquehanna Township at the Lewistown 2-yard line.
Everybody playing hard out there. Everybody trying to do their best.
Alternate possession arrow. We'll give it back to Lewistown. That's a good call for the jump there. Foul. It's a touch foul. That time on Pittman reaching in. His first, team's 4th. Emery Cook wants to get through the 3rd quarter with Devan on the bench with 3 fouls.
Games begin to take different shape. Aggressors become victims. Victims become aggressors. Right now, the victim at the moment is going to be Susquehanna Township. The aggressor is wearing a blue and white uniform, and it's called the Lewistown Panthers. 1-4. You're going to see a one-on-one move here by O'Donnell trying to get it to the baseline.
Kokendorfer springs out from 16 and bangs it home. He's got 8 in the quarter now. 8 on the night. It's a 4-point game. Lewistown has 8 of the last 10 points in this game, and as close as they have been since the early window of the 2nd quarter, and a foul on Rocco.
One of the rules you always have to go by is that fouling negates hustle. You can't go down there and trap and foul every time. That's the 3rd foul that's going to be marked up. Watch this. Just bellies them out. Knocks them right out of bounds. You want to be aggressive, but you don't want to be dumb with your defense.
Kevin Devan with 12 points is sitting next to Emery Cook right now on the Susquehanna Township bench.
This time straight up man-to-man by Lewistown as you see the change back to what they like to do the most.
Susquehanna Township weathering a rotation storm right now underneath 40 seconds as you see in the quarter.
Here's a delay game. It's a 2-3 delay game. Pass the ball up and then go right to the foul line. Let the next man pop out.
Burke's their best 3-point shot. He's got the ball now. Now to Guy. They're going to play for the last shot or at least melt as much as they can off.
Well, look for him to go in at about the 12-second mark. This gets a little gnarly right here because Lewistown really playing some good half-court man-to-man. Down to 13. Now you should start going in.
Now they'll bring Pittman. He'll move the offense. Watch Burke maybe come off a screen. Burke's their guy. He's going to take the shot and left it short. Rushed it. Still time. 2 seconds. Kokendorfer at the buzzer. Good! Unbelievable! 59.5 feet. Scores! Kokendorfer. I don't believe it. Timeout on the floor. We go down the stretch. They're on their feet at the arena. Don't go anywhere. I don't think you are. Back with more after this timeout.
Can I get some milk, please?
She got the last one.
Excuse me, I'll be right back, okay?
We need 2 specials. All right, let's not take half of the bag, huh?
You become sweet in my mouth.
Ooh.
And I know you're gonna do it. Oh, yeah.
I see.
Got milk? Check, please.
Today's broadcast of the PIAA Basketball Championships on WITF is made possible in part by the following organizations. Saturn of Harrisburg. The Patriot News, focused on you. Reynolds Construction Management. And Chubb Group of Insurance Companies.
Okay, 1 quarter to go. We're back in the WITF studio to invite you to join the partnership that pays for broadcasts like this high school championship game, but with your membership contribution of $45 or more. The number's on your screen. I'm Joe Martellero. I'm joined in the studio by the president and general manager of WITF, Jane Coleman. Good evening, Jane.
Joe, this isn't much time for talking. This is a cliffhanger. We are coming right down to the wire here. What a great game. Who said that high school sports doesn't build character? And we're proud and pleased at WITF to be part of this partnership and getting this game to the community. We hope you enjoy it. Please call us if you do.
Yes, call us with your support if you do. If you contribute $60 or more for the year, you can choose as a thank you gift this Susquehanna Township Indians t-shirt at $60 or more. But now it's time for us to get back to Hershey Park Arena. Jed Donahue, Gary Sutton, and Mark Shuey for the final 8 minutes to see who gets the state championship in AAA boys.
Welcome back to the Hershey Park Arena. This place has been jumping throughout the entire timeout. Well, Lewistown trailed 39-29 with 3:35 left in the third quarter and trail by 1 now as we start the fourth quarter of play. Kevin Devan is back on for Susquehanna Township.
And if Lewistown happens to win the game, people just remember that as the shot in Lewistown area.
There's Burke for Reggie Guy. For Susquehanna Township, what are you thinking of your Emery coach? Just weather the storm emotionally. It's all Lewistown momentum-wise.
Right now, you got to put the crowd to bed for a moment, at least on one end of this arena here, by trying to get a good bucket out of your offense.
Devan drives, missed it. Rebound, Green battling for it, and a foul. It's on Rocco, and that'll bring the Township people up on the other side. For Rocco, his fourth, and that's big.
Thought he had a clean steal, came out of there, might have got him on the arm. You can see Rocco saying, oh, what might have been. Now watch this. Rocco reaches back, and I'm not so sure right there, but he looks like he has a lot of ball in that one. Referee in pretty good position to make the call, however.
Opening minute of the fourth quarter. A one-point game. Go ahead, Gary.
Man-to-man defense right here by Lewistown, as you can see. Out of that 1-3-1.
Nicholson leans from 10, can't get it. Rebound, follow, blocked out of there. Ball is still loose, controlled by Guy. He'll lean from 14, miss it. Rebound, Coulter. Lewistown with a chance to take their first lead of the night.
I'll tell you what, you want to talk about Rock of Gibraltar. Mr. Coulter on the inside exerting himself.
Kokendorfer. Give and go. O'Donnell down the lane. Blocked by Reggie Guy, and a foul on Guy. O'Donnell will shoot a pair.
You have seen with the rise of Kokendorfer a new aggressiveness on this team. They know their leader has stepped to the front and picked up the banner, and he's carrying this team home on his back. Look at the pass here to O'Donnell, and then the foul coming right on through by Reggie Guy.
O'Donnell bought them time until Kokendorfer got rolling in the third quarter. O'Donnell with 13 at the half. He has 15 on the night. Will go to the line, shooting a pair. And a chance to give Lewistown their first lead of the night. 6:51 as you see. First one, no good.
Ryan O'Donnell, 6 out of 8 for the line that has only missed 2 shots. You can see him now. Boy, what's going through the minds of everyone right now? So hard to contain the emotions and continue to focus on what you have to do.
Second is good, and we are tied at 41.
We were tied at 2. We were tied at 4. We're now tied at 41. It's been a long way between ties.
Susquehanna Township is led by as many as 10. Burke, dribble drive all the way, missed it wide, rebound. Comes away Kokendorfer. He springs out of there with it. His 59.5-footer electrified the joint at the end of the third quarter. Kokendorfer for the lead, missed it short. Rebound, Green, Susquehanna Township.
You can't come down and start changing your game here. You want to continue to take the ball inside, and that's where Kokendorfer was all during the third quarter.
Sean Burke, he's their best three-point threat. But they know that, and stepping out on him. Maurice Pittman with it now for the Indians to Nicholson. Good patience here by Township.
Doing a good job reversing the basketball, trying to get it to the baseline.
Nicholson, step around, move to the right hand, and Susquehanna Township leads by 2. He has 10.
That's called maturity. Get the ball back, weather the storm, reverse the ball, get it to the baseline, and they have the big man going inside Nicholson.
With a matchup problem, Pittman on Kokendorfer takes advantage of it. Drive through the lane. Reggie Guy skies high for the rebound. Susquehanna Township on a mini run. Guy all the way. Dish goes to Green. Fade. Missed that short. Nicholson rebound follow. Still alive. Pittman good.
They just come at you in waves, and then the quick strike on the other end is stolen away.
There's Nicholson. Puts a fork in it. Saves it for Pittman. They're going crazy on the Susquehanna Township side as Guy comes to the other side.
You can afford here now to milk this clock just a little bit and take the shot you want out of the offense. Try to reverse the ball and end up again getting that baseline drive.
Green drives through and draws the foul. They're looking at Kokendorfer. That's his third for the Panthers of Lewistown.
A game of runs. It was Kokendorfer's third quarter, and now Susquehanna Township playing back hard in the fourth quarter and becoming the aggressor one more time.
They have to bring Eric Rocco back on with 4 fouls. It's winning time for head coach Wayne Brookhart right now. You sense that the game is being won or lost, Gary, as you would say at the 5:09 mark here of the fourth quarter.
It's another defining moment. We saw a defining moment with a shot by Kokendorfer at the end of the third, and now another defining moment here, and you've got to manage to stand tall.
Willie Green on the front end of the 1-and-1. That foul against Kokendorfer put Lewistown over the limit and Susquehanna Township in the bonus.
Rocco, he of the 34 points against Chartiers Valley in the Western Final, has been closed down tonight. Only 3 points in the game thus far.
Big free throws there for Willie Green.
Here comes the press again. They show you that front, and then they trap on you when you put it on the floor.
Oh, almost a steal. Socio. Give it up. Rocco. Long three. Left that short. Coulter's been there all night long. Couldn't get a bounce, but he'll shoot a pair.
Well, you got to give credit to Coulter. He's the lone guy on the inside that's just exerted himself all night and has fought off 2 or 3 Susquehanna Township kids every time. He's done a wonderful job. Look at his rebound. Strong rebound. Now back up and gets fouled before he ever gets a chance to get the ball up to the basket.
And the kiss. Just short.
Here he is again.
Got a feel for him here. At 2:35, he won't jump over this week's Sports Illustrated, but I'll tell you what, he knows how to get the box out. Missed the front end. These are big now.
No place on the board for style points. Only points that go down. You see Wayne Brookhart sitting on the far right-hand side there. He wants to bring this thing in. Second shot banged down by Coulter, but a 5-point lead for Susquehanna Township. 4:53, as you can see, left in the game.
You get the feeling 3 possessions for Susquehanna Township as close to a knockout punch as you could get in this game right now.
And you're right back to the 1-3-1 now. It's been good to them all night for the Panthers.
That's what started their run, coming from 10 down toward the end of the quarter. Burks had a nice look, stepped into the three-pointer, really had a chance to plant and spot.
A little bit of an ambush. You wanted Burke to take that shot. You wanted him to step in and get the ball back, and that's a better percentage shot to take the layup inside.
O'Donnell, he's been there all night long, left that short. You get the feeling he's getting tired.
Poor choice on shots that time by O'Donnell coming down. He needed to get a better possession.
Numbers the other way. Guy, give and go. Nicholson blocked by Kirkendorfer, controlled by Coulter. Here comes Lewistown. Kirkendorfer, 1-on-4, knifes and dices and draws the foul. Nope, they say it's out of bounds. Lewistown wants the foul. It's not coming. They will maintain possession, though, underneath their own basket.
Everyone just keeps raising their game to another level here in the fourth quarter. The emotions running so high and the intensity you could cut with a knife. 2-3 zone by Susquehanna Township.
Rocco, long three. That was way out of his range. Pittman cradles the loose change, and here comes Susquehanna Township, leading by 5. That's the amount of time in the game on the bottom of your screen, 3:40 to go.
And you're taking possessions right now like you only have about 50 seconds to go. You need to come down and make the quality of your possession better. The last 2 for Lewistown really have not been very good. And here we see Susquehanna Township going into a delay game. This is delayed to score. This is not delayed to freeze. They'll look to try to get an open layup here if you come up and trap them.
Susquehanna Township, as you would say, Gary, playing more than Lewistown right now with the lead of 5.
Well, they're playing the clock a little bit here, as you said.
Burke, long three, good! That's a big one there. Home run bomb by Burke, and he knew it. Timeout, Lewistown. We'll take one as well. 3:06 left. Susquehanna Township closing in on a state championship in AAA. Back in Hershey after this timeout.
Hey, cookies.
Say, you know, I think our neighbor might like one, too.
Huh?
Here you go.
Thank you.
Terrific.
Got milk?
Okay, 3 minutes to a state title for the Susquehanna Township Indians. Can they do it? We'll get back to Hershey Park Arena in a minute to find out. Right now, if this game is, or if you're glad that you're able to watch this game in the comfort of your living room, then right now is the time to tell us by making the call to 233-9000 or 1-800-233-9483 and becoming a contributing member. I'm Joe Martellero with Charlie Lichty in the studio. Great game, Charlie.
Great game, and it's coming down the last couple of minutes. Memberships begin at $45 a year. $60 a year is very popular. That person did it at $120. The call is to 233-9000 or 1-800-233-9483.
And if you contribute $60 for the year, you can take home one of these Susquehanna Township Indians basketball T-shirts. One purpose, one goal on the back. It's just like the ones the players are wearing on the bench. And the goal for them is a state title. 3 minutes away, and let's see if they can do it. But right now, call us if you're enjoying watching this game. Maybe you're watching it on tape at home and you were at Hershey Park Arena. You can still call us. Call that number, 233-9000, 800-233-9483. Back to the arena with Jed Donahue and Gary Sutton.
Back of the Hershey Park Arena, that's the Lewistown faithful. Concerned, you bet. Sean Burke's 3 just gave Susquehanna Township an 8-point lead. Eric Rocco, one of their leaders, Gary, 0 for 6 from three-point land, 1 for 13 overall tonight.
Your problem here is twofold now. You've got to get some good shots, but you've got to have quality possession. You can't rush and be desperate.
Coulter lost the handle. Ball is picked clean. Here comes Susquehanna Township. Nicholson at a breakaway. The other way. Good! Unbelievable play by Kevin Nicholson. Wall to wall up the window.
Well, I'll tell you what, talk about crawling the ladder and then finishing with some form. There it was, Nicholson going in hard.
All the way in good is Rocco, his second field goal. He has 5. And now a huge mental mistake by Reggie Guy, and Lewistown gets it back.
You can't let this crowd feed you right now. You have to remain focused. Look at that. Off the glass. You talk about pure layup, climbing the ladder, and there it was.
52-44 the score. Collins, long 3, that's short. Rebound battled for. Looks like O'Donnell had position. 16 foul upcoming. It's on Pittman for Susquehanna Township. Only the second personal foul on Pittman, but a huge rebound by O'Donnell for Lewistown.
And here you see it again, going up high and off the glass with a different angle. It's pretty anywhere you look at it. And then a little push coming back, and the big guy Coulter says, I don't know about that.
Well, Coulter's not out there to be nice. Collins on the floor once. They have Rocco open. He's got a fire for 3. Oh, he left it short. Coulter's got the rebound and draws the foul. He'll go back to the line and shoot a pair. Coulter emotionally very much in the tilt.
I say this in a very positive way, but Coulter looks like the guy got cut from the wrestling team and came out and found a basketball to his liking. He is a strong dude in there. Look at him. There's a fight going on that far side there for the rebound. Coulter gets it, says, I'll take that, thank you. Puts it on the floor, probably not the wisest move, and then has 4 white shirts all the way around him.
Coulter missed it again. He's having a tough night at the line. It's an 11-4 Susquehanna Township run in the fourth quarter.
He needs to lift it. He has a tendency to fling it. Let's see if he gets the lift and then the reach. That time it was, as he rattles it down, pulls his team back to within 7, but still 2:17 to go, and you need the ball back early and often.
It's getting late in the championship in boys AAA. Susquehanna Township has not been in this game since 1980 in AA then. Reggie Guy fouled from behind. Guy, a pretty good foul shooter. He'll go with 13 points there. And Socio's 4th personal foul.
Every second right now, Jed, is like a minute. Every second you need to try to take this clock out. If you're Lewistown, you need to try to drag it, try to trade 2 for 1. Emery Cook saying, don't foul on the other end. I want you to play good defense, but don't foul. Wayne Brookhart trying to figure out the combination here as a new sign ready to go up on the far side.
Both teams are in bonus. 1-1. Rattles out. Rebound Socio for Lewistown. They are still alive.
So you play the Jim Valvano game, and now you try to trade.
All the way goes Rocco. Is it a charge? Yes. See, 5 fouls now on Rocco, and he's gone. That really hurts. It's been a tough night for junior Eric Rocco.
You talk about taking one for the team. You see Reggie Guys. He takes the charge right here for the team. Rocco misses. He's out of the game, and timeout for Emery Cook and Susquehanna Township.
Well, you're never going to get this call. Reggie Guy planted there and took one for the team, as you said, Gary, in a big way.
90% of the charge fouls come one step inside the foul line. There was another one. You can make it 91%.
Let's check in with Mark Shuey while he can hear us momentarily. Mark, the 59.5-foot hurl at the gun at the end of the third quarter by Kokendorfer, and it was really pointing all Lewistown. You have to be impressed with the way Susquehanna Township not only weathered that storm, but seized control of the game in the early moments of the fourth quarter.
Oh, no question about it, Jed. And I'll tell you what, losing Eric Rocco hurts. You know, he's one of the few guys on this Lewistown team. There's a couple of them who are true student athletes in every sense of the word. Jim Collins scored 1350 on his college boards, and that wasn't the high score in the team. Eric Rocco, a perfect 1400 on his college boards. So these two guys, they transfer that dedication that you see on the court to the classroom. Eric Rocco, he's going to be missing the rest of this game, sitting on the bench next to his coach because he just fouled out. See what Lewistown does here.
He's a big reason why they're here for the first time tonight. His 34 points in the Western Final, a career high against Chartiers Valley. Long outlet, Nicholson ahead of everybody.
A little bit of gambling up front, never really closed the trap. Susquehanna Township spread the floor, used the pass, got the layup. That's what you want here for the Indians.
Okender for long three, out of control that time, bouncing around. Susquehanna Townships after every loose possession. 3-on-1 break. Burke, give and go for Green, and he draws the foul on the way through. And with fouls to give is Warfel, and he's a 5'9 senior. His first.
Burke draws the man to him, then dishes it off and gets fouled just before he gets rid of it. So Burke will head to the line.
Tell you what, Willie Green was about ready to elevate and linger and bring that one down.
What we call a high percentage shot. 10 foul rule. This makes every free throw a little bit better. Every free throw shooter, rather, a little bit better. The first one's not such pressure, so you can afford to relax, and you see what happens.
6 point for Burke, but that three-pointer that he had a couple of minutes ago was huge.
That was the defining moment for Susquehanna Township. That put them out to the 8-point lead, and they have never looked back.
Burke bangs home his 7th.
11-point lead with 1:26 to play, and everyone from Susquehanna Township can smell it.
Coulter, long three, left it short. Susquehanna Township leading by 11. That is their largest advantage. And we are counting them in, I think, Gary, to a state championship. It has been a gallant fight for Lewistown, but just the quickness, the speed, and the relentlessness on both ends of the floor from Susquehanna Township, too much for Lewistown to handle.
Wayne Brookhart right now is telling his team, don't foul. You want to talk about classy here. There's a point in the game where you kind of know it's over. He's telling his team right now, play hard, but don't foul. We're going to come out of this with class. We're winners no matter what happens on the scoreboard.
Jim Collins, 6'4 senior, into the game. Reggie Guy, he is the real, genuine article, 6'3 senior, 11.7 points per game. The thing about Susquehanna Township, and I think the message, you know, when you try and sell a team a message, it's called unselfishness, and I think Emery Cook finally got that done this year. It wasn't a matter like it's happened in years gone by, but it really came through this time around.
Emery Cook is a guy who molds with persistence, and persistence goodness is what he's all about. As a second shot up and down, he's calm in wins, he's calm in losses, and he's a guy who wants his kids to be good people. You're seeing good people and good basketball players all over the floor here this evening.
Warfel for Collins. He'll fire the long three. That's short. Rebound comes away to DeVan. Long outlet. Reggie Guy. Give and go. Nicholson. He's had a big-time night with 16. Susquehanna Township. Putting it away. Left it short. Battling for it. Guy. Coulter rattled around. And I think the foul's going against Susquehanna Township. That'll put Coulter to the line, shooting a 1-and-1. 60-45. This thing is over. Susquehanna Township.
Here it comes. A little bit of French pastry at the end, and a little bit of style. And out of the game goes DeVan, and he's getting the royal reception from his teammates. Emery Cook quickly saying, sit down, we're not supposed to stand up. This game's not over, guys. True coach. You're still thinking about ways you can lose this game. I sat in that seat one year, and I'll tell you, last 2 minutes, every evil thought goes through your mind that you ever dreamed about on a basketball court.
Well, the excitement, too, sometimes. You want to win with dignity, class, and sportsmanship, and that's what it's all about, too. And Emery Cook is all about that. Nicholson all the way. He's padding his numbers. He's got 18 now. Susquehanna Township by 17.
Backing off the half court now, showing a little bit of class. And on the other side, Lewistown, knowing they've given a supreme effort tonight, but it's not going to be enough this evening.
Still looking for the three. Warfel back out for Collins. Has a tip. Controlled by Green. Susquehanna Township counting it in. First state championship since 1980. Burke threw it away, looking for Nicholson again. It was tipped rather on the way through. We were screened off. Green turned his ankle. But I guess if you're going to turn an ankle, you might as well do it now, unless there's a spring coach waiting for that young man, which I'm sure there is.
Well, you couldn't pick a better moment to do it as Green heads out of the game. You can see Emery Cook over there keeping order. He's looking up the clock. He's saying, I'm pretty sure it doesn't say 0 yet.
This Kokender for coming over and
talk about
hands.
Class, huh? Talk about class.
That's what it's all about right there.
You think kids don't know and appreciate efforts of other kids? There it is. And now the curtain call time for Susquehanna Township, the #1 team in the state, and they have proven it tonight on the court against a game team out of Lewistown.
And all the seniors from Lewistown get a big standing ovation. They electrified their community this year, and they have nothing to be ashamed of, Gary. And they're their fans, and they have a lot to be proud of because this is a heck of a ball club.
One of the best you'll see in AAA anytime, and they are going to be the champions here in about 15 seconds.
Here's the old deal. You're going to look at the paper tomorrow. Nobody that was here thought it was a blowout. Green, good. Willie Green, turnaround jumper. 3 seconds, and this one is all over. Susquehanna Township has won it. 64-45. And again, Kokendorfer from 59.5 feet to end the third quarter. Emery Cook gathered the horses together and got an 11-4 run to open the fourth quarter, and they win gold.
Hardest thing to do is recapture momentum when it's been taken away from you, but that's what makes championship teams, and that's what makes #1 teams. That's why the gold is going to go to Susquehanna Township this evening. They recaptured the momentum.
With the winning Susquehanna Township fans, they're going crazy. Our Mark Shuey's in the middle of all of it. Mark?
Oh, I can barely hear myself talk. With about a minute and a half to go, this red and white wall of sound behind me could really sense that their Susquehanna Township Indian team was just moments away from winning their first state title since 1980. Well, in 1980, the Indians beat Greensburg Central Catholic to win the boys' AA title. So these people, it's been 17 years. They're hungry. But tonight, looks like it's time to eat. Jed and Gary?
Final score, Susquehanna Township 64, Lewistown 45. District 3 has their first champion in AAA in a long, long time, and a whale of a basketball game. Let's send it back to our respective studios for this timeout.
All right, Jed Donahue, thank you very much, and congratulations to the Susquehanna Township Indians, state champions in AAA this year, and we are proud of them, and the folks in Lewistown have everything to be proud of as well. A great effort by them, wonderful season. They just fell one game short, and they have nothing to be ashamed of. A great season for Lewistown as well. Susquehanna Township takes the state title. If you were glad to be able to see this game in your living room this evening, let us know that right.
Athletic Director, and it's our pleasure to bring that with you tonight on WITF Channel 33. And I hope everybody that's watched this game and is watching this now know the kind of commitment Channel 33 makes to the local community with events of this kind, unique as they are. And there's Emery Cook, and I've known Emery for a lot of years, and this is just a classy, classy individual. I couldn't be happy for a guy. One purpose, one goal, one night to remember, Gary.
Emery Cook has been a good friend of mine for a long time, starting in the days when he was a Central Dolphin and used to come down to a camp I ran, and we've gotten together from time to time, and I keep saying, you're going to get one of these one day. You're going to get one. He says, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I love my kids, and tonight you can see the kind of love he's talking about, and at the same time, an extra chance, an extra opportunity to put some gold around the neck. And I know Mark Shuey's down there. He's feeling a lot of the love that's going around here at Hershey Park Arena. Over to you, Mark.
All right, it is very loud down here in the Susquehanna Township end, as you can imagine. We spoke before about Susquehanna Township's slogan, get in it to win it. And guess what? They did. They got into it, and they did all the right things tonight. They moved the ball nicely. They found the open man, hit a couple of big three-pointers, and penetrated very well. So Susquehanna Township looking very powerful tonight. They were in it, and they won it.
Well, I'll tell you, Kevin Evan is getting the medal now. He's the captain. You see Emery Cook. This is a guy that gives up a portion of his game as far as scoring, along with Reggie Guy, the unselfishness. And, Gary, you've been in this spot before. Is there anything that you can say that, when you talk to your players?
Yeah, there's a lot you say to your players right now, and, it's a special bond and a special moment. You remember all the playgrounds. You remember all the tough days. You remember some of the tough moments. And you get a chance to love your players one last time, and now even the assistant coaches. Everybody's been with you on days when people even forgot you. You remember now all the moments, and boy, what a special one this is. If nice guys can win, here's a nice guy that deserves to win tonight, and an outstanding team to go with him.
Here's what they had to overcome to end the third quarter. Scott Kokendorfer, he had been held scoreless till halftime, and here's your score. I mean, it's right there for you. It's only a 4-point game, and watch this at the gun, 59.5 feet.
Talk about huge momentum changers. There's the ultimate right there. And look at the Lewistown people. They thought that they had a chance, and they did. But give credit to Susquehanna Township. The hardest thing to do, recapture momentum. They grabbed it, they seized it, and they would not let it go. And now they share it with an adoring mob in the end zone, red and white everywhere you look. And this is special. This is a special moment in sport.
Right there. That's hard to describe. You just kind of see it right there. The Indians of Susquehanna Township holding up one of those for the first time since 1980.
And you go back to the days of Brian Dean and Greg Mostyn and Bill Gaffey and all the great names that were once associated with Susquehanna Township and still are. And now you have a chance to share a new presence out there. The Emery Cooks, the Devans, the guys, the whole crowd. What an outstanding effort. They have set the bar a little bit higher here tonight for future Indians at Susquehanna Township.
Also want to say that next year, District 3 was supposed to be a rebuilding year this year, and they got a lot of teams to the Eastern Final. Gary, I'm telling you, basketball in this area next year is going to be fabulous. Susquehanna Township carries the torch. They'll be the only one from the WITF viewing area, to win one this time around. But next year, we're going to have a lot of teams here in Hershey. And again, it was a pleasure working with Gary Sutton and you, as always, Mark Shuey, and the entire WITF crew here in Hershey. Go back to the studio now where Joe Madalero is standing by. Joe?
Very much. Great job as always, Jed Donahue, Gary Sutton, and Mark Shuey, and the entire crew. Wonderful presentation tonight of this state championship basketball game, and congratulations one more time to the Susquehanna Township Indians on the state championship in AAA. And
showcased the final of 7 different games. This one featured Pennsylvania versus Maryland. Susquehanna's Reggie Guy, the modified alley-oop. The Pittsburgh Central Catholic's Paul Cameron. And then coming up, slamming Sam Sutton of the York Bearcats goes all the way for the jam. And the Keystoners defeated Maryland by a final of 119-96. The girls also had a PA Maryland matchup. Coming up, Nina Carbo of Plymouth Whitemarsh to Abby Beard of West York, and she's going to convert the short bank shot. But watch these moves coming up by Maryland's Jewel Snowden. She is going to shake it and bake it and take it all the way to the hoop. Maryland wins this one easily by a final of 83-64. The second annual I-283 Classic. Capital Region against the Dutch Country. Coming up for the boys, this is Manheim Township's Nick Plack with the feed to McCaskey's Michael Bynum. He hits. And Capital's Stan Potts of Harrisburg. On the drive, he finishes with the soft touch. The Capital Region won the boys' game 91-88. Earlier, the Capital girls made it a clean sweep, defeating the Dutch team 79-75. The surprising Atlanta Hawks could have been tied for third place in the Eastern Conference if they could defeat the Knicks tonight in Atlanta. Mookie Blaylock pulls up, hits the three-pointer. He had 32. But the Knicks' John Starks answers with 2 of his own. The Hawks 34-4 at home, but not tonight, as New York wins at 102-97. In Charlotte, the Sixers' Jerry Stackhouse 39 Lincoln Speedway. To hockey, Carolina and Hershey at the arena tonight. Game ends in a 4-4 tie. Other scores in the NHL, Boston.
Finally. The message are the students themselves. Sir, it's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it.
Today who are smoking, and of those 3,000 kids, 1,000 of them will die from this nicotine addiction.
Health sponsors want to stop addiction before it starts, and they hope that by involving kids, the message will really hit home.
I didn't know that it was the #1 leading percentage in death, cause of death, and it really surprised me about that.
We know that a very high percentage of those that smoke in middle age and beyond started right now.
If they don't smoke, never to start. And if they do smoke, please try to get help to quit, because tobacco is definitely a drug. When used as intended, it kills.
That's why we
in Susquehanna Township, Dave Cherry, Eyewitness News Network.
A local grocery store is getting a pat on the back.
Working very hard every day and night.
Nothing in this world that we can possibly do.
Pennsylvania's children are counting on you. This public service announcement is aimed at getting kids to jump on the anti-smoking bandwagon. The state showed off a new PSA today at Susquehanna High School. In it, rapper Sterling Barr and some students helped the governor get his message across.
What we're trying to do is let the kids take the ownership of this as well and show how they can get involved. We've got 3,000 kids a day who are smoking, and of those 3,000 kids, 1,000 of them will die from this nicotine addiction.
The new PSA is part of Public Health Week.
A local grocery store is apparently working hard to keep kids from smoking.
In the car wreck. Ma'am, can you stay for ribs?
Oh, no, Uncle Jesse, thanks.
Tammy, thanks a lot.
Any old time, Bo.
All right.
Bye.
Bye now. She's so good looking, it hurts. Yeah, that Tammy ain't half bad either. I'm kidding you. I'm kidding you, Cooper. Look at you with a suit and tie on. Don't you look like such?
Ribs ready?
Waiting.
I've been riding this hog since dawn.
Well, he's a